Yes, you read the title of this video correctly, and yes, it is surprising when you learn that these two seemingly distinct styles have a surprising connection. In fact, let me tell you a little story about it. It begins in post-World War II Japan, where Walt Disney's timeless characters and stories had captivated a young man by the name of Osamu Tezuka, who would later be hailed as the godfather of manga. Tezuka was profoundly influenced by the characters' big, expressive eyes and how fluidly they were animated, which would go on to define all of his work, like the character designs in Astro Boy or Kimba the White Lion, and the narrative of Princess Knight that follows the protagonist navigating her destiny and battling evil forces.
However, as anime began to flourish as the years went by, it started to break away from Disney's influence. Where Disney mostly focused on classic fairy tales and family-friendly themes, anime evolved into building an identity of capturing a broad spectrum of tones and themes. On one hand, you'll have the thought-provoking social commentary of Akira, whereas on the other, you'd have the vividly animated worlds of Studio Ghibli films, or Studio Ghibli films. Regardless, above all, the characters would now possess a depth that made them more human and relatable to audiences. A protagonist with a strong sense of justice could make morally wrong choices if the ends justified the means, whereas an antagonist can have seemingly redeeming qualities.
In 1986, the inexpensive success and positive word of mouth of The Great Mouse Detective would go on to usher in a new wave of Disney films during the 90s. During this period, many of these films were hugely influenced by Hayao Miyazaki's beautifully crafted narratives and visuals as they grew popular in the North American region. For instance, a film like The Hunchback of Notre Dame would tackle subjects like the abuse of authority or genocide, reflecting a greater understanding of the audience's evolving tastes. Even in the 2010s, we would see a significant increase in anime-inspired characters like Elsa from Frozen and Hiro Hamada from Big Hero 6 that have complex personalities and are grappling with personal loss, all of which make them more human. On a side note, there's also the controversial claim that Disney's The Lion King plagiarized Tezuka's Kimba the White Lion. Now, as much as people were quick to point out the similarities with the main characters being lion cubs with similar names, it is fascinating that the claim was born out of pure misinformation and a lack of awareness of what Kimba the White Lion is actually about. Now, that's not to say that The Lion King wasn't at all influenced by anime. While its story is directly derived from Shakespearean plays and traditional African mythologies, it was still one of the Disney films from the 90s that also draws inspiration from various anime works.
In the end, the relationship between Disney and anime isn't one of upmanship, where it's about throwing shade at each other, but of a continuous mutual exchange, an exchange that has gone not only to revolutionize the early days of anime and later days of Disney, but the entire global animation scene. Think of it like creativity flowing from two different cups. It's a constant reminder that despite the geographical boundaries and the various differences in culture, anime simply isn't a genre, but a medium through which all audiences of all ages and different preferences can come together for their love for more compelling and immersive storytelling. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we close off 2023. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it, please consider subscribing to the channel, and also pressing the bell icon for future channel updates. A very special thank you to my friend Navid for agreeing to present this video to you guys. I'll bid you another farewell from another video, and I'll see you next time.